Hi, it's Terreana. Thanks for stopping by my channel. Here you will find makeup, hair, all things beauty and lifestyle content, so hang out and subscribe. On today's video, I have these eyeshadow palettes that I want to just check out on my channel. These are from Kaleidos. I have quite a few shadows by this brand, but I've never done a video on them. Also, I wanted to discuss the mouse that we found in our house. Bruh. So this is just gonna be a chatty video with makeup. I'm doing this makeup for another video, so let's go ahead and get started. My brows are already done, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with my eye makeup. I primed them with some just concealer. This one is by KKW Beauty in the shade 11 Conceal. If you checked out my last video, it's like 3 videos like back to back where me and my family were just exploring Guam. And the last video is just snacks that we gathered around island, going into different markets and just trying stuff out. There was one part in the video where we heard this screeching and like this banging.
Speaking of RAM,
yeah, there's something in here. There was some construction going on in the area, so we just kind of chucked it up to that. But I'll let you go ahead and check this video out while I go ahead and start on my eyes.
Don't try to kill it, just try to grab it and free it.
where's my stabber?
What?
How's I can help you?
Did you call it a stabber or open the door? Is he under there?
Yeah, no, he's right in here. He's right behind this thing.
Oh, that's so sad. Can you lift up the whole thing and take it outside?
Oh yeah, I could do that.
Just like put it on its side so he won't crawl up.
No, that's smart. Good idea, Ben.
Oh gosh, I hate this life.
I don't know what. Charlie, it's teamwork time, bud.
Teamwork. Teamwork.
You get him?
Charlie's on his job.
Yeah, this is what.
He's wounded, he's wounded. What is that?
It's fine. It's fine, guys.
Bro, why are you crying?
Chill out.
Hey, take him outside. Oh gosh.
Well, you guys aren't helping me.
Oh gosh, he's so loud.
I know, I need something to pick him up with.
This is ridiculous. Oh my god. Yeah, that happened. It wasn't construction like whatsoever. I think what had happened was when we heard that banging, it was my cat trying to get the mouse, and he was like shaking the outside screen door, which is like glass or whatever. So I'm pretty sure that's what that sound was, but it was way more dramatic than it ever had to be. My husband was really frustrated with us. Sorry, guy. We were no help at all. My cat is no help at all either. He doesn't do anything when it comes to like rodents and stuff like that. If there is a gecko in the house, which if you live on Guam or you're from Guam, you know geckos are like everywhere. He doesn't do anything when he sees geckos. He kind of just like looks at it and pretty much does nothing. Like he's just like, oh, I see you, gecko, but I'm not doing anything to you. He was no help when it came to the mouse in the house. He was pretty much letting us know that it was here, but he didn't do anything about it. The eyeshadow palette I'm starting out with is by Kaleidos. It is the Sashimi City palette. It looks like this. It's really, really pretty. I'm just gonna start out with this brown shade here. It's the lighter of the 2 browns inside the palette. After I had already edited the video and uploaded it, that is when we found the mouse. That's why I didn't add that portion. I am just taking this shade and adding it on the corner of my eye. I'm doing something super simple today because this look is not going anywhere. Oh, I am going somewhere. I'm actually going to get a vaccine today. So I have to kind of hurry up so I'm not late. I'm using this crease blender brush by Stilazzi. This is the L2 115. It's just a fluffy blending brush. Now I'm going to take another brush. This is just like another fluffy brush by Morphe, the M433. It looks like this. It's not that fluffy, but it's fluffy enough and it's kind of tapered at the top. I'm going to place that on the inner portion of the eye and just blend that up. These shades blend effortlessly. And it's just so beautiful. There's some fallout, but it's nothing crazy right now. And I'm sure if I wet the brush, there would be no fallout at all. And I'm not even dusting off the brush with this one. If you hear some noise in the background, it's my neighbor mowing their lawn. Doesn't matter what time of the day it is, if I sit down to record, somebody's mowing something. So the only shades I'll use for this look is this shade right here and then this shade right here. I don't even know what shades I'm using. So I wish that the shades were written on the back or at the bottom, but they're not. Now I'm going to take this small smudger brush. This is the Morphe M508. Dipping back into that brown, I'm just going to smudge this on the lash line. Taking that all the way into the inner corner. Now I'm going to go back into that crease blender brush and deepen up the outer corners of the eye. Now that that's all blended, I'm gonna go ahead and pop on some lashes. Now that the lashes are on, I'm just going to line the lash line. This is the NYX Professional Makeup That's On Point liner. This is definitely not my favorite liner. I feel like it really drags on the eye a little too much. I'm gonna go back into the palette. I found the sleeve. So the brown that I was using is called Soy Sauce, and then that glittery shade is called Pink Glitter. And I'm gonna go back into Soy Sauce with an angle brush and just go over the lash line a little bit more. I don't want it to be super black. I want it to have that fade into the brown that I had down before. Now moving on to complexion, I'm going to add some primer. This primer is by Guerlain. For complexion, I'm going to use this Velvety Matte Foundation by Juvia's Place. This is in the shade Punta Cana 435. I'm going to apply that to my skin with a IT Cosmetics brush, and this brush is synthetic. Now I'm just pressing everything into my skin with this beauty blender. Charlie Sheen is just screaming back there. I don't know what his deal is. Charlie Sheen is my cat, if you don't know already. Now I'm going to add some concealer. This is by Tarte in the shade Tan Sand. Now I'm going to just set that with some setting powder. This is a mix of different setting powders. There's some RCMA in this one, some Sacha Buttercup powder, and also some powder by Too Faced in this one. My camera wasn't on when I was trying to record, so I'm not sure if I recorded what I use for bronzing. I use this palette by Glamlight. This is the S'mores palette, and I use the shade Chocolate to bronze my skin. I just took a large powder brush by Solazi, the L317, and just bronze my skin. I use the Graham Cracker highlighter in this palette to highlight my skin. And for blush, I use this blush by Tarte. This is in the shade Tipsy. This is the first mouse that we've had in the house with my son, and so he completely freaked out and started randomly crying.
Why are you crying?
So that really threw me because I've never seen him act like that for really anything. We were on the counter so that my husband could just trap the mouse and get it outside. He ended up trapping it and getting it outside, and he didn't come back, so that's a good thing. I'm gonna line my lips with a brownish liner. This is by LA Girl. This is in the shade Chocolate. This is my favorite liner at the moment. When I actually do wear anything on my lips, I'm probably grabbing for this one. I just really love this liner. It reminds me a lot of the old school MAC liners. Then I'm going to add this Velvet Matte Liquid Lipstick by Kylie Cosmetics. This is in the shade Brat. And this is the final look. I ended up just using this palette in this look today because I wanted something super simple. These shades are super beautiful. They blend like a dream. The other palette that I didn't get to today was the Lunar Lavender palette. It's similar in packaging. This one here has lavender purple shades in it. It has some glitter shades, some matte shades, some transition shades. I really love these palettes and I will continue to use them on my channel. But that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you really enjoyed this video and that little story time about the other video that I filmed with my family. Don't forget to check me out on my other socials. It's Terreana everywhere. Check out my website, itsterreana.com. I'll be having some more things on natural hair and products that I use since I've updated that whole portion of my routine. So I will see you on the next one. Bye.